Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have a magnificent guest with us tonight, one who is going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than our brother and friend, Brother David Ali. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, dear brother.
Yes, sir. And this is part 3. For everyone who is watching, please go back and watch part 1 and part 2 of our brother. He has been a great and consistent panelist on the People's Podcast and guest, as well as you. Many of you all know him like we know you from social media, just being a strong soldier in the community as well, activist and all of that good stuff. But on social media every day, representing the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and defending them to the fullest. All praises due to Allah. Assalamu alaikum again, Brother David.
Thank you, sir. All praise due to Allah. Wa alaikum salam, dear brother.
Yes, sir. And my family is watching, the people who are watching, everyone is excited about this part 3 interview. The first question that I have for you, sir, is with you, we got to come out the gate swinging because you very deep with your posts on social media. But let's start right there. What is it about social media that makes you want to post the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Jabril, Mother Tynetta on a daily and weekly basis?
Yes, sir. Well, dear brother, I just reflect on the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he told us or instructed us in order to use social media in order to fill the airwaves with truth. And so this is what I strive to do. The enemy has used social media as a way to cast many lies against us. As you know, and you knew before even I knew, that the media, the enemy uses the media in order to specifically slander the Nation of Islam. And unfortunately, our people are so bound in ignorance, so deaf, dumb, and blind. They have been made this way by the enemy that they take what the enemy says specifically about the Nation of Islam, hook, line, and sinker, without even doing their own investigation. So it's really unjust, brother. And so I feel, as a servant, as a student, as a spiritual son, and as one of their warriors, to cast truth and falsehood as it teaches us in the Holy Quran until I knock out its brains, brother. And that's what I'm going to do until the day I'm up out of here.
All praises to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, excellent. Well, speaking of those who take the oath and bear witnesses, there's no God but Allah, take their shahada, and then in their heart is a disease, something that works against that. You posted a clip from the minister the other day. I will share that to everyone about hypocrisy. Why are you so passionate against going hard and staying hard on the hypocrites?
Well, brother, I believe that as we were taught and as we read in the Holy Quran and in the scriptures of the Bible, that we are in a day of separation.
Yes, sir.
It's the separation from the wheat from the tare. And like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has warned us many times over, that the judgment is to first take place in the house. I don't post what I post, brother, from an arrogant, I know you know this, but I'm letting the people know this. I don't post what I post from an arrogant standpoint. I post what I post as a student and one that is passionate about this word and passionate about the warning. It's like, brother, the self-improvement I take very serious. I don't want the people to think that I'm posting what I'm posting and not reflecting on my own self as well. But the reason, brother, why I touch on the hypocrites as much as I do, because right now in our ranks, we have those that were sent in, be it as a private soldier or those who are far up in rank that have been sent in to work against us. These are not my words. And this is why I always make sure to share from these sources. So you can't charge me with saying that which the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or even Master Farad Muhammad didn't say themselves. I'm only repeating this as a warning so that we may be watchful in this dark hour. because it is a very dark hour. And if you would pardon the slang or expression, but if you sleep in this hour thinking that it's sweet when it ain't, you gonna fall asleep, and you have more of a chance to get bit by one of these, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan called them. He called them deadly hypocrites.
Yes, sir.
Deadly hypocrites. This is why it's so important, brother, because we're honeycombed with them right now. So we have to make sure that we don't allow this seed or the snake in order to bite us and poison our bloodstream. You see? So if we're vigilant and all general orders are truly in effect, then we'll be all right. But we have to stay on it. But self-improvement is first. I just warn. That's all. But it goes for me and it goes for anybody. But I'm going to continue to do this because of, especially now, dear brother Joshua, because of the hour that we're in. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. All praises to Allah. And Brother David, once again, we can stress to you enough the importance of what you do. People are watching you all around the world, and we all are inspired by your individual posts, but also your posts of the minister in real time, the messenger, Mother Tynetta, Minister Jabril. I mean, it's like every time I get on social media, and it's like a reminder is a blessing. So we always need to, you know what I'm saying? So we, still sharp and still. So we appreciate that. Sister Naima says, Assalamu alaikum. Brother Daniel E says, we have to close ranks and defend our nation against all opposition. The Mike God himself, Brother Mike Stanley Sr. Says, Assalamu alaikum. And thank you all from everyone who was watching all around the world. People saying, teach, brother, teach. Yes, sir. My next question for you is the importance of brotherhood. I want to make sure that it's on the record, although we're off the record on people's podcasts. I want to make sure this is on the record. Brother David is one of those brothers who has not just lip professed brotherhood, loyalty, love, peace, truth, freedom. It's the principles, the many principles that we all stand on: freedom, justice, equality, and Islam. But he is one through hard trials and through difficulty, has always been a brother, been loyal, not just in the privacy of behind the scenes, but publicly and outward, representing the law of God, principles, and brotherhood. What is it about you that values brotherhood?
Brother, in truth, I've went through a lot in my life. And it is, in my humble opinion, the trials and the tribulations, the pain, the great pain that I've went through, it not only has it refined me, but it has made me more grateful for the few that I have come across, such as yourself, that are true brothers. It's like, I don't understand, dear brother, how one could sit under the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad or the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and not take on this same coloring or take on the same spirit. When I see that man, I see the epitome of love. I see the epitome of brotherhood. So when I see you as a believer, so long as you are with him, so long as you are defending him, so long as you are standing in ranks with him, I can't help but to love you. And love is duty. That comes by action. It's not necessarily what I say out of my mouth. It's about what I show. And if I can't show it, well, then it's proof that there is really no love there at all, though it sounds good. But if I show it, you already know it's there. So it's extremely important to me. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, brother, in one of his recent lectures, and by recent, I mean within the past 8 years, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but I'm very near correct, that you know what our problem is? We don't love deep enough. Our love is based on what can you do for me? And when it looks like you can't do anymore, that's when the love is gone. That's when the bond is broken. So to hell with a whore type love like that. We need real love in this hour, man. And all the fakers need to step aside.
That's a
Straight
fact.
up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You teach it, Brother David, as usual. And Brother Daniel E says he can bear witness to your sincerity. All praise due to Allah,
Praise be
as
to
can I.
Allah.
I always love to reflect on this story because I was telling somebody the other day, they was like, man, you always show love to Brother David, man. Y'all go back, you know. When I was a neighborhood user in Chicago, I said, I can count on my hands how many times I've met you in person. But every time I've met you since the first time we were soldiering, uh, drilling in
That
the
night.
community at nighttime, and you out there, I said, and I was looking at the other brothers, and I said, y'all don't see this dude? You know, like y'all, this dude, I wish you was in Atlanta. I wish you were in Atlanta, especially doing drilling and stuff. I was like, man, I would have said, you ain't never got to drill. We gonna drill. You communicate with the brothers in the community, and because people see me, you can see somebody in front of the camera, like, oh, you can teach. Yeah, you can teach when you got notes and you in the rational. You was out there just connecting in the middle of the night in Chicago. We on the
Yes, sir.
south side. I'm like, y'all, he ain't scared of nothing. He walking up to everybody. I'm like, that's a very respectable. And then to see you continue to be brave online and and take on subjects that a lot of people don't want to deal with
Yes,
in the
brother.
house or out the house, and you take it on. Who want to talk about it? Who want to deal with it? So what
Yes, sir.
makes you want to? What is it that drives you to have such a love for the community?
For the community,
Yes, sir.
well, I have to go back to my teacher, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It may sound cliche to somebody that don't understand, but you all have to understand what this man has impressed upon my heart. I mean, when I listen to him, he is literally the epitome of love. I could not claim to be a servant. I could not claim to be a spiritual son. I could not even claim to be a student and not take on this man's spirit. I, though I need to be more perfected, it's like I've been baptized, man, spiritually. So this teaching, even though I always loved Black people before I joined the nation, but this teaching just drilled it, man. And I'm willing to not only die on what I believe, brother, I'm willing to die for our people. I don't believe that you could really be a FOI. Notice I said FOI. I don't really believe that you could be a FOI and not be willing to die for your people. I just love them. And like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, despite our faults, and we do have them, and we are a cantankerous people, and our people will test you, and our people will try you to the nth degree, but still love them, man. Because you know why, Brother Josh? I'm in love with this mission, brother.
Mm.
I'm in love with this mission, brother. And there's nothing that the enemy could do to stop that. There's nothing that the agents in the nation can do to stop that. There's nothing that the hypocrites could do to stop that. For if you could stop it, then you could well say that I never believed at all. And you can't do that by Almighty God Allah's permission.
Oh, praise the Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful. And thank you, everyone who is showing love all around the world to our Brother David. I also wanted to ask you one of the questions that came to me was a reminder when I was sending out your Instagram page. And I was like, I'm about to interview Brother David. Tomorrow, I'm interview Brother David 2 days, interview Brother David 3 days. They said, could you please ask him why you are one of the very few people who uplifts the name of the wife of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, none other than Mother Tynetta Muhammad, to the extent that you do?
In truth, brother, I must be honest. I don't know why others don't.
Hmm.
I really don't. And this is not a how do I say, slight against them, because brother, perhaps they just don't know.
Hmm.
Perhaps they don't. So in that spirit, I will cajole you in order to read Mother Tynetta's articles in the Final Call newspaper. I would just cajole you to do so. I would cajole you to listen to her lectures that have been made available by beautiful and wise believers that have uploaded them on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
The point is, the resources are there for you to do so. Either you will or you won't. But as your brother, I cajole you to do so. And you won't regret it. Again, this is the wife of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not a man that would just marry any old kind of woman. You should
mm.
study Mother Tynetta. Brother Jabril said that Mother Tynetta, if he didn't say the wisest, which I do believe he said, but for sake of conversation, he said Mother Tynetta is one of the most wisest women that he's ever met. That alone is very beautiful. Her spirit, her spiritual in-depth and insight is something to behold. Again, this is the wife of the scientist, the exalted Christ, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This woman is not lightweight, but it is unfortunate, and I must say this, I must say it. It is unfortunate that even when Mother Tynetta was among us, she was disrespected, brother.
That's a fact.
She was not respected the way that she should have been. And Mother Tynetta even spoke about it a couple of times. And she said in so many words, you all make a mistake in how you handle me. As the wife of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you make a mistake in how you deal with me. It's very evil to deal with somebody that has done you no wrong at all. But that goes back to that envy and that jealousy. Rid yourself of that dis-ease of the heart. You can rid yourself, but you must first admit that it exists.
Yes, sir.
Do you all know how much that I had to admit that existed within me that wasn't so good? But we're taught that Islam brings the best and the worst out of you. And Brother Minister Jabril teaches us that it's only the bad is made manifest only for you to deal with it. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
all. And walk in the line of being perfected. It says in the Holy Quran, Allah is he who guides a thing, stage after stage, until it reaches its eventual or ultimate perfection.
That's
so
right.
It is
That's
possible. Right. Don't say it's not possible. And if you want to challenge me on it, I'll walk you through the Holy Quran, I'll walk you through the Bible, and I'll walk you through what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan even shared. So there you have it. But that's what I'll say for now on Mother Tynetta. Is so much more that I can say. But it will go another way in this interview, brother, and I want to keep it that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. Man, the disrespect of Mother Tynetta is something that, like you said, she spoke on, but something that I witnessed when I was very young, and then growing up around, people, her being at the mosque and just seeing her, like, I'm all like this Mother Tynetta, but everybody else giving it the same respect as we would do a rap singer or somebody who never bore witness to the teachers of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When they come around, we hit we get on the floor. But for our own people, man, our own angels, our own science
on it. And I gotta say this. The same goes for my dear beloved brother Minister Jabril Muhammad.
We going to ask about it?
I mean, my God, brother. You talk about something, and he touched on it too. And I'm gonna tell you, brother Jabril didn't too much give a damn what you thought about him at all. And he would tell you to your teeth. Only difference is you wouldn't say it to his teeth. You wait and you hide. After you say it, you throw the stone and you hide your hand like a filthy damn dog. But the thing is, Master Farad Muhammad sees you. I said it once, I'll say it again, and it says it right in the Supreme Wisdom. He is the all-I-seen.
That's right.
You do say that you believe the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is alive. So if you really believe that, you do know that he knows your thoughts.
That's right. That's right.
Before they even manifest within your own mind. I would be careful. And while I'm on that subject of how not everybody, but there was those ones that did disrespect both of them, brother. As you could bear me witness.
That's
so
right,
they know Brother David just ain't no damn liar, brother. As some would like to believe. While I'm on that subject, I would warn or cajole the believer, we all need to start treating each other with more respect. Right. We need to start treating each other with more love. How in the world do you think that we could survive that which is coming against us in terms of the plot of the enemy in the form of the FBI, the CIA, and the wicked agents that have honeycombed all of the mosques in the Nation of Islam? How do you think the true believer, I'm talking to the true believers now, I'm not talking to you damnable hypocrites. I'm talking to the true believer. How do you think that we're going to overcome the onslaught when you all are gossiping about each other? You all don't even talk about, you all hardly talk about the success of the other believers, but you always want to highlight the faults of them. You always want to highlight their weakness. What about speaking life into them, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan does to you? How about that for a change? And watch how Allah changes the spirit within the study group. Watch how Allah changes the spirit within the mod. Watch how that love makes our word bond, which is more than, and we make actual progress. Watch and see. Well, this is hard except for the humble ones, as it says in the Holy Quran. We cannot say that we are followers of his if we do not love each other. And I'm not talking about just some word. I'm talking about love being duty, that being action, man. You can't even, I mean, my God, brother, you, if you don't have love in your heart, you don't even know God as the Messiah teaches.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that, brother.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you are teaching. Thank you, everyone who's showing love. Shout out to our YouTube family, Brother Musa, Brother Daniel E, Brother Kente, Sister Auntie, Sister Hope, our Brother Duke, Brother Nelson Ramos, everyone who continues to show love. And shout out to Sister Miriam, Sister Naima once again. I wanted to ask you, how can people reach out to you who want, like, on social media and things of that nature? Like, what's the best way to keep their spirit up? And people who want to communicate with you all around who may not already follow you on Instagram and Facebook, is it an email? Do you want people to, what's the best way of communication to get to you?
The best way to communicate with me is via Instagram.
Instagram? Okay, yes,
the enemy
can we
has
have
like the enemy has pretty much messed up my my Facebook pages. But the best way to, if you want to build, the best way to reach out to me is DMing me via Instagram. That is David_Mujahid19. And you all could feel free to DM me, and I'll do the very best that I can in order to assist you. And if I can't assist you, then I'm sure I'll know somebody that can, inshallah.
All praise to Allah. We have a brief 60-second commercial break for the People's Podcast. We are grateful for every like, share, and subscription. Shout out to all of the People's Podcast affiliates and everyone who sends anonymous cash apps. We're coming right back to our brother. And man, y'all, Brother David, everybody go back and watch part 1 and part 2, but this is going to be an ongoing series with Brother David's permission, inshallah. Boom.
Praise be to Allah.
Television and film editing, please reach out if you need any of that. Sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. My 2 books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, everyone who continues to show love to Brother David. Shout out to Sister Milani, who is at home watching PJ Mask. Sister Milani, we send nothing but love to you. Shout out to you and your fruit snacks. All right, we're back to Brother David Ali. The question that we have for you, sir. Oh, your Instagram name. Could you explain?
Yes, sir. Well, the David is, as you know, my name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And the Mujahid, essentially, one of the meanings is one who strives in order to overcome the weakness of self, and one who is a defender of the faith and the believers in that faith. So it's kind of like that protecting friend, just like Wali would be in a sense. You see? So I strive to be that. I strive to be your brother. I strive to be a defender of the faith. I strive to be there for you. Even if it takes my life, I'll be there. Because I'm duty bound to by Allah.
Oh, praise to Allah. Yes, sir. Now, I want to say right there, which the name Wali and being a faithful friend, the Most Honorable Mr. Farrakhan has always said that Chicago it is, and since mine, especially growing up there, a meat grinder. Many times people come in with the jovial spirit, either breaks them or makes them make them hard and cold. How are you able to soldier and do this and that, and still have the spirit of kindness and joy? Like how?
Well, in truth, I cannot say that it has been easy.
Mm.
I will say that it is necessary for me to, because hard trials are necessary to establish truth. As we speak, I'm being severely tried. But as the soldiers of Muhammad, we have to remember what we're here for and not get so sidetracked as to the attacks that may occur while you're on your journey. Remember who you wrote your letter to, as I stated in the last interview, and never lose sight of that. You know, if you pay attention and study the history of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and him coming up in the ranks, if you pay attention to your own walk, you will start to see similarities of, man, he went through that? Damn, I'm going through the same thing right now, but he went through that way back in the 50s.
That's right.
Way back in the 60s.
That's right.
And in the 70s, you see? So you tell yourself, I must be in good company if this is coming at me like this. Come on and bring it, because you're not going to break me. You see? Just like they couldn't break him so long as I stay connected to him. Now, if that connection is if you allow that connection to be severed, you out of luck. I'm gonna just shoot it to you straight. If you're not in constant prayer, you're out of luck, because the attack that comes from the outside is going to be greater than what you built up on the inside, and it will break you.
Yes, sir.
Hence why it's called the meat grinder. But the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan at the dinner table, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was about fed up with getting lied on, brother, and persecuted and accused of things that he did not do.
Yes, sir.
By the very ones that he helped, by the very ones whom he loved, and by the very ones whom he would have gave his life for. So at the dinner table, he began to tell the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad about these, how should I say, envious and jealous ones. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad hit the table, boom. And he said along the lines of, brother, seek refuge in Allah against the envier when he envies. And he got up and he walked out of the room. Well, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, I was still left with those who accused me at the table. But when he walked out, that kind of like took my fight away. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad came back at the dinner table about 5 minutes later. And he was saying to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, I'm very near correct. In so many words, he said, you know, brother, when you have a piece of wood and you apply pressure to that wood and it breaks, you throw that piece away and you get you a new one, because that shows you that that wasn't strong enough to withstand the pressure needed in order to, do the pressure needed in order to withstand the challenges, so to speak, though he worded it differently. So that just pretty much girded up the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's loins even more, and that kind of made him put on the armor even more in order to withstand this hypocrisy. But I do want to, well, I'm not going to say that now. I'm not going to say that second part, because that's just for the believers. But I'll leave that part alone, but you all understand.
Go ahead. You teaching, Brother David. And Sister Sandra R says, we can't be thin-skinned in this work, because all of, and then she's saying Chicago, everybody's borderline crazy. Brother, I'm gonna butcher your name, my brother. I apologize. Alichi El Muhammad says, Assalamu alaikum, good teachings. Sister Sandra R says, yes, look past my faults to see my needs. That part, yes, sir, respecting clearly, and people are continuing to show love. Brother Daniel E says, we have to remember we came in for ourselves and no one else. Beautiful. And shout out to Brother Daniel E as well for always soldiering and selling my mom, holding down in the hot desert out there in Arizona, brother. You man, I mean, you're inspiring people all around the world, whether you all know it or not. Understand that we were watching. So,
Brother
Brother
Daniel
David,
was one of the first brothers I seen when I came in the mosque. Brother Daniel remembers me as a 16-year-old coming in the mosque. So he
mm,
always been a good brother, man. No matter where he's at.
all praises due to Allah. Yes, sir. And people are bear witness. My brother Rashad is putting 100 and saluting you as well. Thank you, Brother
Rashad.
Rashad, for watching. Yes, sir. Okay, now, Brother David, I wanted to ask you, you 16, being at the mosque, um, Chicago, that climate, how did that help you to go back and reach the new 16-year-olds? The ones who, especially, I mean, all around America, let's be clear about it.
Mhm.
But in
Mhm.
Chicago, man, 85% of the people have been giving up on the youth. They're
Yes.
already saying it ain't, all they're going to do is wear shiesties, wear switches, they're going to jail, they're going to end up dead. What was it about your journey that makes you go back and say, I want to help that group, that 16 to 24, that 14 to 24, that group? What makes you want to go back to them?
Because that's where I came from. So I'm no better than you are.
Mm,
Allah has just cleaned me up a bit. I've allowed him to clean me up a bit, but I'm not too much different from you.
mm,
So if this is what helped me and this is what helped change my mind frame, my mental, my mind state, then we are supposed to go back, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan instructed us, and go get those whom society has casted in a negative view. You know, in the lecture, Master Farad Muhammad, the man and what he revealed,
mm,
the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warned us against taking a very pompous view, a very bougie view, and even a fearful view of going after those in the streets that are considered the muck and mire of civilization, as if though since you've joined the mosque and you've been in many years, you have arrived. You see? So that mentality is not of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We go into the worst places. We speak to quote unquote the worst of the worst, which really are the best of the best if we understand. But we have to get this judgmental mentality. What I've learned, though in other ways, but still valid to this point, is that you can't really have the spirit of a savior if you have this type of I'm better than them or this spirit of bliss within you. You
mm,
can't
mm,
truly
mm.
be a savior. You can't truly be a healer. You see, it's all right that you've been blessed to elevate to the level that you're at, but you know, it's almost equivalent to a jackass carrying books if you're not willing to help the next man, help the next woman.
That's
They
right.
need
That's
help
right.
too. This is your people too. You're gonna walk past them and not give them a word, even those on social media. You see? So all praises due to Allah, brother. And I intend to get in the streets even more. I've been away on the East Coast working my tail off, but I'm back home now, and inshallah, when I'm recovered from my injury, I'll be able to get back hard in the streets to get our people, brother, more than I ever have, because I truly love our people, and I know that there are many in the Nation of Islam, special angels. I'll just put it to you straight, that love
Yes,
our
sir.
people that are doing the mighty work right now. So shout out to the brothers. Salute to all the fruit of Islam that are doing a marvelous work in the community. I bow to the MGT that are preparing the dinners and passing them out amongst our people that are hungry, that are in need. You understand? But this is hard, brother. Sometimes for ones that haven't really been through that, for ones that haven't really faced homelessness, faced ridicule, faced being at the bottom. You know, sometimes it's hard for them to relate, but through love, it allows you, if you haven't been through it and can't, you know, empathize, sympathize with it. If you could be so in love with one, brother, that you actually begin, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, to actually take on the spirit of that one. See, this man feels if one is in pain, this man actually takes on the spirit so much that if he don't watch himself, he'll be in that same pain.
That's
But
right.
this is the spirit that we must take on. True love. True love, man. Huh. Man. Which is
All
freedom,
praises.
justice, and equality.
Yes, sir. And people will bear witness and they're teaching. I mean, saying teach. Sister Lindsay Muhammad says, "Come on now, all the hands." Brother Lion Mac says, "Yes, sir, teach." Sister Sandra R, "No big eyes and little U's in the works."
That's
Man,
right, sis.
brother teach. Sister Lion Mac says, Brother Lion Mac says, "Real talk, Muhammad." And Sister Sandra R says, "Empathy is key." And teach. Minister Jamil says, "Teach, great program, Joshua." Thank you very much, Uncle Jamil. Yes, sir. So my next question for you, sir, is you use the language and the word healer, meaning we are in need of healing, not just the people in the community, but in the house. Everyone needs healing.
Yes. Oh,
What
yes.
advice would you give? Because I know that you are very in tune with, reading Mother Tynetta and crystals and healings and chakras, all of that science that we were robbed of as a people. But now, by the grace of God, that everybody's getting back in tune and aligned and being centered. What advice would you give to us on the importance of healing in our individual lives?
Speaking of healing, and I like what you just said. You said not only on the outside, but the inside. Many on the outside, Brother Joshua, they look at the mosque and, I suppose they get a little bit intimidated. But what we must remember in a very humble nature as believers is we must remember that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warn us that the mosque is the hospital. So we must remember that. But as far as healing, dear brother, and I can only speak for me personally, I'm constantly being made over. I'm constantly being made new through prayer, sometimes fasting, though I don't fast as much as I should, but I'm going to get back on that. Through fasting, through the crystalline energy that Mother Tynetta has instructed, as well as sisters like the Crystal Goddess 19 on Instagram, or Dr. Iman Ali. Beautiful sisters, brother, that I would cajole the believers to, reach out to in your own due time, if Allah so puts it on your heart to. But meditation, Dianetics is very important. Sitting down with self, man, and just having an earnest conversation with yourself. What is it that I need to work on in order to perfect my heart? What is it that I need to work on in order to be a better servant? So, brother, like, I'm not the man I was even 6 months ago. And last year or 2 or 3 years ago, I'm constantly, by Allah's permission, growing. And I'm not saying that pain hasn't been accompanied by it, but you have to go through pain in order to grow. You see, hard trials are necessary in order to establish truth. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that when we are being tried, he said we have to even watch how we think when we're being tried. How we think is very critical when we are being tried. We have to watch that because that's something that Allah sees. Also, I want to add, though this is kind of deviating from the question, we must purify our intentions. And I would cajole all the believers, if you can, to listen to what Brother Minister Jabril Muhammad spoke as far as motives. Motives. Very important. Our angel breaks it down something serious. And I believe that we could all benefit from. And the study guides is so important because it's not pointing at you, them, they, that. No. You looking at the person in the mirror and saying, okay, this is medicine for my soul so that I may be a service to others. So all praise is due to Allah. But back to what you were saying is, as far as health, Dianetic. If you must do counseling, do that. Break yourself of any addictions that we may have. Yes, even those of us in the nation. Hello. You understand what I'm saying? I had to.
Yes,
listen,
sir.
I had to. Okay? Seek help. Dianetics. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warns us that we cannot claim to be of the righteous hanging around unrighteous individuals. So if you are around individuals that don't believe as you believe, don't talk on the highest electrical charge of conversation, which is the knowledge of God, which is the revelation of that which he revealed, anything positive, in other words. You don't need to be around those people. You really don't need to be around them. So watch who you hang around. Watch who you hang around, and watch what you listen to. Watch what you listen to. Watch what you feed yourself. See, because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that eating and thinking go hand in hand. So hell, you could eat a great meal. I'm a vegetarian, and I could be vegetarian until the cows come home. But if I'm watching that which is destructive, then that which I eat is not going to even have the charge once it hits my system in order to fully benefit. So we have to watch. Watch how we treat each other. Because everything is null and void. It don't matter what position you are. It don't matter what student title you have. It don't matter how much money you have in the bank. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the best religion is to do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. Think on that. Think on that. I mean, really think on that. Because I thought on it, and I feel like I believe and I know that that's a very profound statement.
Yes, sir.
After all, Islam is peace, right?
That's right.
Praise be to Allah.
You teach it, Brother David, and people are bear witness all around the world. Thank you all very much. I got to come to the comments, and we come right back to our Brother David. Thank you all. So we want Brother David to make sure that he feels the energy and positive energy, and we are sending him and can't wait to upload this to YouTube as well. Sister Hagar says, OMG, Brother David. Sister Sandra says, some of us are afraid to be with self alone, and it causes stagnation, speaking for herself. Brother Daniel said, yes, that's good teachings, Brother David. Sister Hagar says, yeah, people got to stop worrying about looks. Dianetic rocks. I'm doing self-analysis now. Praise be to Allah. I've done the course, ma'am, and I need to redo self-analysis. Deshaun's hey, somebody to Deshaun says purified intentions is key. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Sandra says because of what we will find, self-examination, self-analyze, self-correction. Thank you, brother, for the transparency. Sister Hagar says, yes, we are nothing. We should live to serve. Brother Daniel E says, we can't keep company with the wicked and study the right things that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan has prescribed for us. Beautiful. Thank you all very much. And I just wanted to bear witness to that point to you, Brother David, that I've learned more 6 months than I've learned my entire life when it comes to the practice of Islam in the Nation of Islam. In 6 months.
Man.
And so, all praise due to Allah. So, hard trials and necessary to establish truth. You just really get to see you really get to see and learn a lot of things. So I'm very grateful for the constant, staying connected in prayer and things of that nature. Because, man, one year is one way, another year is another one. Every year, by the grace of God, it's all praise due to Allah. So I just thank you, everybody who's watching and understands that we all got to stay connected to Him and to Him alone. So all praise due to Allah.
Man. That was so beautifully said, bro, and that really resonated with my spirit because I've been through the same thing, bro. That's interesting, brother. May Allah continue to. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for, bro, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, brother, for everything that you do, bro. It is so essential, bro. And I'm not saying this as no ego stroke, but I'm saying this as a matter of fact that your work, brother, it goes down in the history of the Nation of Islam because it is so powerful, brother. And I thank you, brother, from the bottom of my heart, brother to brother, friend to friend, and warrior to warrior, servant of the Messiah to servant of the Messiah, brother. I salute you, brother, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
yes,
brother
sir.
David.
Yes, sir.
I love you, brother David, and thank you all, everybody who's showing love and saying thank you. All praises to Allah. Thank you, brother Joshua. It's beautiful, wonderful. Now, speaking of that, brother David, you made an excellent post on Instagram. We're gonna come back to that, but I gotta let you know. When Brother David comes back to Chicago, that he has soldiers that you see and soldiers that you don't see all around who love him and will step for him and slide for him at any time of the day. So just know, Brother David, I'm one of those who got your back whenever you're going in the community and anything. We rooting for you. So Naima says, beautiful. All praise due to Allah. I wanted to ask you, you made a post, you said the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then you said 1877 to present.
Yes.
Now, you make a post like that on social media. How and just keep going posting every about other stuff. How do you make posts like that and stand on it and just like that's what I said.
Take it or let it alone. It is okay that you do not believe if that is not what you believe. I rather it is better for you to be a disbeliever than a hypocrite. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. I'm going to say what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. It is better for you not to believe than to say you believe and be a hypocrite. So you all could take it or let it alone. You don't believe Master Farad Muhammad is alive? That's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm only charged with what I present to the public in their name. I can't wrestle with you about something that is an impediment within your own soul. I'll help you if you want help. But hell, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to state facts and keep it moving, brother. I got too much to worry about and too much to do. No, you leave that to, and I want to tell the believers that you leave that to, you let these individuals, whether they're hypocrites, agents, or just psychopaths. It says in the Quran that when you see a fool, just say peace. And depart from them as far as the east is from the west. That's all. You don't have to, you're not duty bound to go back and forth with them. I stopped debating in 2010. I will go there time to time, but I don't have no time for that really. Only when the spirit of Allah is on me. But if I could already tune in on your thinking and tell that you really don't want to answer, you're really asking to argue. I don't have time for that. And the nation, the members, the true believers, in my opinion, are too precious to be wasting their time casting their pearls before swine. I'll leave it at that. But he is alive and well and in power.
Yes,
and
sir.
is backing the Messiah, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And so long as we are with him, then all three of them back us, black man. Believe that. We can't talk like this and do what we doing without their protection and their backing.
That's the truth.
And we don't fear a damn thing. Know that.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. People are saying, oh my God, teach, bro. We do right and exact. I believe the truth that came in the nation of Islam filled with the deep love. Thank you all, everyone showing love. This is the spirit. This is the charge that we all need. All praises due to Allah. But Brother David, I told you I wanted to ask you a question because usually this is the portion when I ask, what advice would you give to future husbands, future fathers, and things of that nature? And because you told me that you were single, when these sisters see you teaching and representing it, answer them. If they smooth the ways, uniforms, regular clothes, you're fly brother. You know what I'm saying? But David gonna keep the grip on them. And then Brother David, what is it that you are looking in a sister for the balance, for you? What are you looking for in a queen?
Well, I have to tell you that, and it's not, I don't think it's selfish. You could correct me if you think this, but I'm always like sifting myself, dear brother. And I had to learn this through many failures of relationships and me not being all that I should or all that I can be. So it's caused me, I feel like everything rises and falls on me. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's my fault regardless. You know what I'm saying? So me taking that mentality now and not pointing the finger, and the only person I have to point to is me, it causes me to like sift my, even if one would consider it extreme, and maybe it is, but it causes me to sift myself so much like, okay, I need to tighten up here. I need to tighten up here. I need to tighten up there. And so I think more on that than I do that question, but I do think on that sometimes. And I could tell you that sincerity is key, dear brother. See, I could come to you with so much heavy science right now, and that is true. That matters. But brother, what does it all matter, brother, if the person is not sincere and true to themselves? What does it matter? But with that being said, being true to self, true to God, being a woman of God, and really being a patient woman. Because a brother like me, I don't know about the rest of you, but a brother like me needs a hey, check it, Josh. A brother like me needs a woman that's real patient, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And a sister that will tap into her nature in order to calm the fire of the black man down.
That's right.
Because I'll be ready, Chief. You understand? So, with that being said, you have to love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Brother Muhammad, as much as I do, or be on the path of loving them as much as I do. That is a deal breaker. To me, we could work on everything else. I could work on your flaws, you could work on mine, whatever. But if that foundation of love, patience, peace, belief, understanding the work, the mission, and the why, well, we have nothing to talk about respectfully. And I'm not saying that I'm just some super catch. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying we have nothing to talk about if that ain't the deal. You see? But I'm constantly growing. Like, again, my mind just goes back to, I look at my past failures, and I have failed. And it's just causing me to perfect self even more. What could I do different this time so that I get, if I don't get an A or a B, at least I get a passing grade? What could I do to get a passing grade this time? What could I do in order to perfect myself this time? What could I do in order to prevent me having to go through severe heartbreak this time? What could I do in order to not self-sabotage myself this time? So I'm like a baby scientist when it comes to sifting myself, brother. Inshallah, this answers the question, but I have to be honest there, brother. And that's my answer.
That's a beautiful answer, but David, yes, sir. I feel very similar to that. Work definitely, very self analysis, constantly working on myself and trying to find somebody who can handle the fire. That's for
Oh
sure.
my God.
Inshallah. Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm like, thank you, sister. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like cash, I'm paying on the thing. Damn it. All right. Sandra says truth sharpens truth. The minister said the female must be able to help develop the God in the man. Beautiful. Sister Hagar says true. Brother Daniel E says we can't point the finger towards no one, but we have to point it at ourselves. Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Can't wait to upload this to YouTube. I have to ask Brother David, in the time that we're living in, everything's very serious. You still have a sense of humor and make jokes and things of that nature. What are some of the movies and or television shows that you watch to help keep you relaxed when you and unwind when you get back from work and from posting the teaching of Hon Elijah Muhammad consistently?
Miss Doubtfire. I love Robin Williams, man.
Man, me
don't
too,
throw
me
me to
too.
the slaughter believers. Y'all don't understand, okay? Y'all don't understand him. I do. I love Robin Williams. I believe that he was I believe he was a man that thought beyond his own self, man. And even though he suffered what he suffered and went through what he went through upon his departure, if you listen to his interviews, he was not a man, kind of like how Jim Carrey is, but he wasn't a man full of ego. He was always, in my estimate, a man of humanity. Okay, so what are some other ones? It's one I just seen, brother Josh. I forget the name. I just seen it, bro. Have you seen that movie where it's about that lady stalker named Martha and that comedian?
No.
I was gonna God is my witness. I was gonna send it to you too.
Yeah, well, send it to me.
Man, I got to, man. I got to. Friday was funny.
Of course.
All the Fridays was funny. Money Talks.
Money Talks. Yeah, Money Talks. That's see, people be getting on me because I can rewatch Money Talks all the time. You're my first, my last, my everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Victor Moan Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Money Talk. I'm a misdoubt. Robin Williams, one of the greats. Chris Tucker, you can't go wrong with him. I need instant. Sometimes you get off work dealing with stuff. I need instant comment. I don't need to know if it might be funny or not, man. Just put Money Talks on. And a lot of people get on me like Josh love watching Money Talks. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Money
Have you seen that story of Della or something like that?
No. You gotta put me on.
Oh my gosh, bro. I dropped the ball because I was thinking about you when I watched him. I said, Josh gonna die laughing when he see this. Yeah, bro. No, and it's so many more. It's so much more in my mind. But to be honest, I watch Naked and Afraid.
Okay, I never saw it.
You never saw that?
No.
I'm not too on it about the naked part, but what it is these people, brother, Yaku's children mostly, right? That they go off in the wilderness and they have to, for 21 to 60 days, they have to fend for themselves, go forage food. It's really, it teaches me. It reminds me of our survival manual and our survival things like that, because it puts you in that mode to, okay, all right, so this is how I'm gonna move out when this go down and when this go down. It teaches you leadership skills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the one I sent you about the man in the courtroom. You know what I'm
That
talking
was it.
about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your
Yes, sir.
Honor, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
That was
Yeah. Oh,
dope.
you already know.
It's not a comedy, but
Man, one of the
it takes
greatest.
your mind off the pressures of things. But my thing is music, and I love music. I'm getting more into classical because
Okay. Okay.
I did like 6 months ago. I watched for the first time the minister in concert and him talking about his backstory in childhood. And for
Yes,
the
sir. Yes,
first time,
sir.
dear brother, I saw that 6 months ago, and I'm like, man. So it made me get more into like classical music. A dear friend of mine, has gifted me with his album set, the minister's album set, which is
Okay.
so
Yes, sir.
dope. They know he means so much to me, so I'm just excited about that, man. I meditate with my crystals to take my mind off. And bro,
Okay.
Misery was. Have you ever seen Misery before?
Of course, one of the scariest movies of all time.
Oh, Paul. Hey, that movie was so funny, dear brother. That movie was funny, funny, funny.
Every time I be like by myself and be like, you see a whole bunch of tree, I'm like, not get stopped, not letting the white woman take care of me, trying to cut my foot off or something. I don't know what's going on, have me tied up. Listen, because she's in the office and then that's Sunny from the guy. Like they play other things, but every time I see her, I be like, nah. I know you ain't gonna tie me up. Nah, I
Yes,
know you.
sir.
I
She
know you.
said, Paul, have you ever heard of the hobbling method?
Exactly.
He said, Annie, whatever you're thinking about doing, please don't do it.
Yeah, Misery is one of the
Oh
scariest
man.
movies. Yeah, definitely one
Yeah,
of those
man.
childhood movies my mom put on for me or was watching in front of me and it scarred me as a child. I was like, nope, never watching that.
Man. Man. Hey, Josh, you know
And
what
people
else?
bear witness to you, brother David.
You know what else, dear brother?
What's that?
That eased me is drill.
Okay, okay,
What
okay.
wasn't you on the 97 drill team in Christ Universal Temple?
Of course, yes, sir.
I seen you the other day for the first time. I said, look at this man. I said, this brother was like literally born for this, man. I was so proud, bro. So
Praise
praise be to Allah. Yes,
yes,
sir. Yes,
sir.
sir. The
Shout
Steve
out to
Jobs of drill, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you very much. Shout out to
Yes,
the
sir.
first place. That was a tough one. Every
I
year is
know.
always like by 5 or 2 points or something. They like, but we won that year, so that was good.
I know.
Sister Lindsay says Bone Thugs and Harmony. She's saying you like that. Sister Sean says Naked and Afraid is about survival. Man, see that's something that's my sister Miriam watches 90 days, 60 days in the jail show.
What?
And she's like, Josh, you gotta watch it. I'm like, all right, she's like, you gotta watch it. So I
just watched the last episode last Thursday. What?
See what I'm saying?
What?
See, I like that. Those prison shows make me be like, come on, bro. Ain't nobody gonna take my honey bun and ain't nobody gonna
come on, man. You heard me?
I gotta put my back against the wall. Like the prison shows be having me I gotta relax. And I'm like, damn, I ain't never going like that.
Man, you hear me? Bro, hey, you still that same type of fire. Cause sometimes I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll be in there hot. I'll be yelling like I never go for it. I ain't going. Yeah, man.
Like what? Who taking who ramen noodles now? Don't play with me now. You ain't taking mine. Man just said that was so crazy. Shine. You said, yes, y'all going, brother Daniel E says all praise to Allah. Your sister Naima is laughing. On this positive note, I can't wait to upload this to YouTube. We'll let you know, brother David. I love you, brother. My family loves you. And the viewing audience of People's Podcast loves you as well. Man, continue to inspire us. And we're rooting for you, man. We're rooting for you to win. And this, like I said, inshallah, this will be an ongoing series. So anytime you have talking points that you want to, like, while you're getting your thoughts together, if you could write them down, send them to me. And man, we'll set it up for part 4. Man, you inspire me, you inspire us. May Allah bless you to keep winning, brother David. Keep winning. And man, I'm just inspired. This is brother Joshua.
I'm inspired. Y'all stick and stay locked in ranks with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Don't allow nothing or no distractions to get you, because this is a very dark hour and it's so critical that you stay lockstep with him. I know it's hard right now, and I know upon his departure for the 3 years of darkness, one being darker than the next, I know it's not going to be easy, but if we lockstep, if we show that love, if we unify, if we stay studied up, which is light within our lamp, because if you don't study, you won't stay. I promise you we're going to be here upon our Father's return when we see him healed. Huh?
Oh, praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. You
Praise
teach it, brother David. You teach it. And thank you very much. Yes, brother Elijah. Okay, man, brother Elijah stepping in. Shout out to Elijah Mo. Says very beautiful, brother. And we look forward to people saying cool dude. I praise to Allah for me too as well. Brother Elijah, we look forward to your interview. It will be legendary, Brother Elijah. May
Man,
Allah be pleased with Brother Benny, and may Allah continue to show
man.
love to you and your siblings. We love you, Elijah. May Allah bless you and your family. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off of the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, Brother David. Thank
Walaikum
you all for
salam,
watching.
soldier.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all for watching.